Nightmares, you say?
Yes. We have all been experiencing these strange nightmares, some of which have carried over similar elements.
What kind of nightmares?
I look over to Malavik.
I rarely have them, but something of a beast of sorts. Dark, shadowy. You know, I actually never had a nightmare with it. I've seen it. The only time I think I've come across it was in a cave in, well, you know, where we met. But then again, it could have been lighting. The fire was low. Castrovel Cave.
Castrovel?
Long story.
Our journey has taken us through different worlds, believe it or not.
That is intriguing. I have heard stranger things, I think. These nightmares that you spoke of, this beast. I have not seen any beast, but I have had some sort of ominous feeling in many of my dreams as of late.
That you're being watched?
Yes, sort of voyeuristic feeling. I think that is right.
Some of our party have felt something similar. Someone watching, scribing something into a book.
That is peculiar indeed. I cannot speak on any sort of beast, but it felt like someplace cold in this dream. I did not recognize the place, although it is strange. When I saw this dream, it almost felt as if I'd been there before. But I cannot recall any sort of experience like this.
Were there others? Or just you?
I think so.
Yes. Was there a object that was being pulled?
No. I remember... I suppose they were obelisks of some kind.
Right. What about a whale? Or a whale call, noise?
I did not think on this, but there was some kind of noise, yes.
Oh, well. We think that it's all connected. Everyone that has the markings on us.
You have a mark as well.
Yes, on the back of my neck.
I gesture to my throat, where mine is. We all do.
He turns his head, showing you his mark underneath his ear.
Well, this was not helpful. If anything, it caused more questions.
Can you tell us more about who you are? What do you do? Where are you from?
Yes. My name is Takuzo. I am from Tiansha. But I did not make my way here through the crown of the world. I have never been there. Yet this cold place, the only place I could think of, would be somewhere there. Snow everywhere. It seemed like mountains made of snow. Glaciers.
Are you a scholar?
I am a librarian where I am from. The manor's extensive book collection here is impressive. It is almost a library itself.
When we look at him, does he look like he might perhaps be an adventurer, someone who's been out on the road, maybe scars, calluses, anything like that?
Make a perception check.
16.
So this is not very hard to know. This seems like a regular old man. He doesn't really seem to... I mean, his hands might be a bit calloused. You know, I think the only thing you might notice, you know, the some calluses on his hands or some paper cuts or something along those lines. Clear he reads a lot.
What are you reading?
Well, this is a book on some occult rituals and such. I am very intrigued by such things.
Are you a practitioner of any kind?
No. I'm simply one who is intrigued by the strange.
Well, you're certainly in the right place for that.
Yes, this is a strange part of the world, that is sure. From what I have heard of Ustalav, they are, well, many threats and strange creatures. It is intriguing to be here in Liepidstad and seeing many scholars, much like myself.
Well, I look to Malavik. Perhaps we should leave you to your book.
Enjoy the pleasure house. I'll get up and make my way.
Pleasure house. I don't recall seeing a brothel.
I'll go back to our previous table and continue helping Malavik with his letters and reading about Crown of the World. And I suppose, unless Malavik wants to do anything else, we'll be there for some time.
Very intent on learning how to write.
Okay. Well, you are welcome to spend as much time as you like in the library. Are you going to spend most of the day here?
I suppose I would.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would say so.
Okay.
My
Trying to lay low.
Yeah, laying low is very important. And also, my intention would be to try to get as much information as I can about this place that we're going to try to go to.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you what. Why don't you make a checking to see if this exists before I ask for a specific check. the adventure path. Give me a perception check.
Okay. 31.
Okay. I'm gonna say this takes you a little while, but yeah, you can find potentially where the Lich Gate is. You find, I imagine it's probably a book about the Ayudara in the library. This might have been something that Dr. Ritalson mentioned previously, like if you wanted to do any study on the Ayudara, because he's amassed several different pieces of information about the Ayudara. And I think a lot of the stuff you all know already, but this one has, like, maybe this is about, like, locations for the Ayudara in this region, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And this, the Lich Gate is said to be about, like, right midway east in the Shutterwood. So I'll bring you over here just so you can see the map. So the Shutterwood, and I'll bring chat over here as well. Let's go over here. So it's about 40 miles or so into the Shutterwood. Right about here.
Okay.
And from what you can tell, it is the location of the gate is at an old fortification. Let's see where. It's an old elven fortification. Sorry, I'm trying to find the note here. Did not expect you to ask that. Effectively, it's like it's like 2 days travel. It's like 40 miles east of Liebestad. Here we go. An ancient elven stronghold called Mirianath. Which is effectively ruins now. That this gate is.
I take extensive notes, essentially copying down whatever I need to, so I can reference it later.
Yeah, there's little information about, like, how to activate the Lich Gate and stuff like that. Like, you know, since the missing moment happened, there's all kinds of, like, issues with these Ayudara and, like, traveling through them. I mean, as you have experienced, you know, people are very scared of them right now. How do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about the idea about going through another Ayudara right now?
I'm mostly excited. For me, learning has always been a motivation. And especially now, surrounded with such texts that I can actually feel prepared going where we need to go. I just essentially add to my laundry list of things to read. As I'm reading about the Shutterwood, I would look for more books about the Shutterwood and creatures we might encounter. Essentially just trying to prepare the road ahead as smoothly as I can. Because so far, we haven't really had information at our fingertips. We've just been stumbling along. This is the one time that maybe we can be prepared before we go.
Yeah. There's not a ton of information here. But it gives you a little bit of insight onto this place. Yeah, beyond that, there's not really a whole lot of information. Like, it doesn't go into detail about Mirianath or any of those things. Effectively, the last bit of information is that it's effectively just like a ruined stronghold at this point.
Mm-hmm. I would be satisfied with that. Some things you just have to explore with your own hands and feet.
Yep. Okay. Yara is currently spending most of the day at the grave charge, about 8 hours at the grave charge, praying and trying to commune with Pharasma or get any sort of information. But you didn't learn too much last time, Yara. There was effectively a priestess there that was giving you some information about Pharasma, but the grave charge itself was, well, from what you gather, wasn't super helpful. Seems like Pharasma doesn't really advise people, doesn't really try to guide anyone. She lets you make your own decisions and you live with the consequences.
And I can sympathize with that, I suppose.
Yeah. Karun is trying to set up a drug business in Liepestad University.
Karun is already well along the way of setting up a drug empire.
Sure. Arashtak is doing some studying down there as well, trying to get some information. Are you trying to do anything specific down in the university, Karun?
Am I trying to do anything specific?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would like my samples of drugs.
Okay. When you say samples of drugs, what do you mean?
I want Egbert to give me my samples of drugs so that I might reverse engineer them.
Sure. Okay, you were trying to buy a lethargy poison, effectively, which is also nicknamed snooze.
Poison is a strong word.
It's...
Okay, Reagan.
Oh, God. Okay. So, I'm going to say, let's see. I will roll. Yeah, Egbert will have brought you back effectively 2 doses of lethargy poison, which leaves him with like 1 gold piece for his efforts.
Use this, buy a gun. I will take my drugs and leave.
I don't really want that.
Egbert, I'm offering you a lifetime opportunity. Once in lifetime. Egbert, please. If I'm going to have an assistant on the streets, then at least want them armed.
I don't want to be that. I don't want to be an assistant.
I know. You say you don't want it, but what if you did want it? And then you could be rich and not have to do all of this. Egbert?
I don't know how to say this politely, so I'm just going to say it. I want you to leave me alone and never, ever talk to me again.
Mm-hmm.
Can we do that?
But if you had a gun, then you could go and sell these drugs, and I'm offering you a fronting for it. You could have lots of drugs on you. You could sell them at night.
I don't want anything to do with that. I
know your supplier is probably a friend or girlfriend, boyfriend.
I don't want to talk about any of my relationships.
It's fine. You know what? I already know, so it's not that important.
the agreed upon transaction, and I would like to go about my day and get back to class.
I completely understand. Wink. We'll meet up later.
I still feel like there's a miscommunication here. I don't think you're hearing.
Like the shadows. She's gone.
stealth check.
I'm trying. I'm almost there. One. Stealth. 24.
How did she do that?
It's the drugs.
He's like, you can see he's like checking himself to see if he got poisoned or something. He's just checking.
They're getting to you, Egbert.
No, they're not. I'm going away now. Please don't bother me again.
I understand. Wink.
No winking. Just go.
Wink.
She comes back. I'm going to pretend to die. That's the plan. Egbert walks off. 8 hours or so pass. It is about dusk now. And I think I'm going to guess that most of you are returning to the mansion. I'm not sure. Please feel free to speak up if you are not.
I think prior to returning to the mansion, I'm going to look and see, does the town have some sort of like a town hall or like an event board?
So they have a courthouse, but there's like a section of the courthouse, I guess, that would be reserved for like town meetings. So I imagine it would be there.
Yes, so I'd probably be looking around there, honestly, and maybe kind of poking around, seeing if there's anything going on in the town within the next week that we're here. I mean, a few days left, I suppose, but...
Find out. Why don't you roll me a flat d20?
A 16.
Sorry, I'm checking for some interesting places in town. There are a few shows that are happening. There's basically like a few ads for the Brazen Skull, which is kind of like a popular tavern and inn in town. There's a few events at the university, and you can see that there is going to be a science competition there.
Oh, Karoon would love this.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Karoon is upstairs in the drug lab.
Let's see. So, Yara, roll me a d4. Karoon, also roll me a d4.
1.
I will roll you a d4. Is it slash roll?
Yeah, /r space d4.
1d4. 1.
Okay. They are both taking place tomorrow.
Oh. So, to be clear, the science competition's taking place tomorrow, and
There is...
what's
yeah,
the other thing?
I imagine there is probably what is a musical act at the Brazen Skull tomorrow night. It is the Cromlech Trio.
Do I get the idea that it's raunchy? Or does it seem PG?
Yeah, it just seems like a musical act.
All right. Interesting, all right. Well, with that bit of information, I will be heading back to meet with the others at the manor.
Very well. about dusk. I imagine that food is being served as we speak. Smells are wafting their way through the house. Smells like some fresh bread. I think you can smell, there's probably smells of like, that strong like tomato, like that acrid smell of like a tomato bisque or a soup of some kind is making its way through the house, and probably various roasted meats and things that you can smell.
I would drag Malavik there, and I would try to seat us next to someone we've never talked to before.
Okay. Let's see if they make an appearance. They do. So... There is a bald elf wearing darker colors that's sat down. He has like a blue cravat sort of thing on, but sort of like stern-looking features. Like cue ball, bald, like thick, heavy black leather jacket on. That is sat down. You've never met this person before.
I immediately keep staring at his head. The light reflecting off of it.
Sorry, half elf.
Excuse me, do you mind if we join you?
It is a free table.
Fantastic. I sit down with my plate of food.
A table for the adventurous and the bold. I mean, bold. Bold. Because we're all here.
He's got some kind of tomato soup, a few like crusts of bread. He's just sipping.
I'm looking at my ball of bread and looking at his head. They're quite similar. Don't you think?
Yes, Malavik. Are you here on invitation of the professor?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Do you happen to have one of these? And I gesture to my neck where I have the mark.
He pulls his jacket aside, showing you a mark.
I'm immediately disappointed. I'm disappointed. There was so much room to put it somewhere else. It just chose the neck. It's all that landscape.
Is Malavik disappointed that it's not on his shiny head?
Yes, very much so. So much room.
I see. Well, curious that this is bringing all sorts of different folk together, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose so.
Were you born that way, or did it just happen to be an anomaly? Maybe you lost it in a missing moment.
I was born with these ears. Thank you for asking. I'm a half-elf.
Yes. I turned to say denial.
Oh,
It's quite bright in here, isn't it, Darcy? Normally it's very dim, but man, the light is just refracting, bouncing off of
I just eat my soup. I busy myself with shoving something into my mouth so I don't have to talk.
Everybody's
And I
like
think-
loudly slurping their soup.
I think perhaps at this point, I would have ushered Karoon and Arashtok to the table as well, because I would smell all the smells, hear all the noise as I'm coming in.
It appears that the time dilation wasn't anything to fear.
Should have had a gun.
To do what with exactly?
Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Are you an elf?
It's quite. He's very.
Please let me introduce my companions. This is Yara,
Hello.
Karoon,
Hello.
Rashtak, Malavik.
Hello.
Immediately only switching back to Elven, not talking in common at all. How are you? What did you say your name was? I'm Karoon.
He responds in Elven, but there's like a little bit of an accent on it. You can make me a society check, actually, Karoon.
I will frown at the accent, but I will make a society check.
I just think that Karoon's disappointed in his head as well, not having the mark.
26.
So I think you recognize a little bit of this accent. There's like a little bit of familiar sounds because you've been to this place before, or nearby in Bravoy.
Oh,
So some of the Smiling Wolves had this accent.
yes. So he's one of those.
Yeah. My name is Isanden.
Oh. Do you want some
Something with
snooze?
sand. If I. Oh.
Sorry, my pronunciation isn't wonderful in Elvish.
Sorry,
I Isanden.
snooze. It's a local variety of drugs. Would you like some?
Excuse me?
Is that
Well,
Nelvin?
I am testing a new formula to create it, since it is a recreational substance used by various creatures here, and also some elves. I'm told it is exhilarating. Are you the type of person who enjoys giving up control of your bodily functions?
Not exactly. They are speaking in Elven right now, Karoon and.
Well, let me tell you about the mechanical elves, and I just go on and on about drugs with him for a while.
This is kind
What
of
are
rude, but
what are they saying?
I don't understand.
I don't understand.
I've never seen her
The
so
soup is
talkative
good.
before.
I'm going to go ahead and cast message, and I will send a message into Karoon's head. By the way, there's a science competition tomorrow. You might be interested.
Oh. And I'm just continuing talking to this other elf. Did you know about the science competition?
Arashtak is like nodding. I understand them quite well. They're speaking Elven.
Well, yes, I mean, I suppose we understood that.
Elven, is it just a lizard?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't speak Elvish.
She asked him about his head. Why is his head so smooth, shiny, like buttered toast, buttered bread?
He probably shaves it.
I
don't think so.
apologize for the smell of my companions. They are not elves.
I believe that is reflecting light is blinding.
Have you found any food here that is edible?
He's clearly like sipping like this tomato bisque soup. The tomato soup is very good.
I'm trying to be generous. I will be like, I too will try the tomato schlop
There's
soup.
no meat in it.
Well, that's something. You know, there's no meat in sawdust either.
Why would-
Common elven phrase from where I am from.
Where are you from?
It's complicated. I will go to. Excuse me. I want to hear about the science fair. What have you heard about the science thing?
Ah, yes, well, there is a competition tomorrow, in addition to there being some sort of a musical act over at the Brazen Skull Tavern. What time, respectively, did I hear about, like, each of them? Are they the same exact time, or are they, like, different times in the day?
So there's overlap, but they are slightly different times. So the science, there's like a science competition. Effectively, it's just like the equivalent of a science fair that's happening at the university, and it's taking place from, I would imagine, 4 p.m. to like 7 p.m. somewhere around there.
And this is one where like the students submit things, not people can come in. Okay.
I'm wondering why my pusher didn't inform me of this.
Yeah, it's weird.
You what?
My
What
man
is
on the
that?
street.
Oh,
My
you-
hustler.
You dog, you. First you were
Have you
with
found another human?
bartenders, now.
Are you
human
mating
also.
again, Karun?
That's exactly what happened. Why is everyone else
My
mating?
drug pusher for drugs.
I mean, Karun, you were quite. Wait,
She's
What?
drugging them now.
No, I'm not. Well, indirectly, yes.
Oh,
are you using children
I am running a business here,
to deal drugs?
right? And there are no laws against this way back now, I think. So I'm good to go. Because the only law at the university is gun. So
How can
where
you
did we go wrong?
put
We let
that
her out.
way?
We let her just do anything she wants now. She's pushing herself on people and having them push themselves on others and drugging them and holding them at gunpoint.
So, if you wanted to, there is that fair you could go and observe the students' work. There is also that event at the Brazen Skull as well.
So
you
you were
want to
saying
do
there is
anything like that?
party at the same time as science fair?
It's a little
So
bit.
there will be no
overlap.
humans at the science fair. They will all be at party instead.
Well, no, there's probably lots of scholars who would want
I
to
will
go
attend
and
the
see what
science fair.
youths- I assumed you would. You would.
I will attend the science fair.
Very good.
I will attempt to find any other drug dealers as well and cap them.
The blood is on your hands, Jara.
What does cap mean?
Well, I need to off them quietly. Or publicly. I haven't quite decided yet. Is it better to do so publicly so that
we are
the other
literally
ones...
here for like less than a week.
Well, that's
we-
an entire week of drug time profits, right? How many drugs could one person do in a week multiplied by an entire university? Multiplied by an entire city.
I'm staring at the bald man.
What if we introduce schnoos to the water supply?
I'm associated with a bunch of criminals.
I'm
all criminals.
getting up and leaving at this point. Walking, or I'm gonna go walk. And what floor are we on? Where is this place located?
This is the first floor. Yeah. I mean, you're
Okay,
just
yeah,
in
I'm
the dining
going.
room.
Yeah. I was gonna sit by a window.
And the clothing that I ordered should be done, what, the 2 days? So not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow, or the day after that?
Correct. The day after tomorrow.
All right. Well,
I am just in Elvish. I'm to the one guy. I'm sorry. I have to continue my work. I am upstairs. Bye, everyone. And I just...
Karoon,
shadow,
stay
she's-
free in 2 days.
She's gone. Like a shadow. She's gone.
So, do you travel much?
Sorry.
He looks around. You are a very strange group of people.
An underestimation, indeed.
But to answer your question, yes, I do.
Ah. Well, pleasure to meet you. I'm Arcelia. We have traveled quite a bit to get back here.
My name is Ayasandon.
What do you do?
I'm a cartographer.
Oh. Fascinating.
What is the most interesting place you've made a map of?
Most interesting place I've made a map? Everywhere that I cartograph is interesting in its own way.
I
But
see.
My favorite, I suppose, would be Mwangi Expanse.
Oh.
Have
And
you-
go on, Rosilia.
Sorry. Have you been to the Crown of the World?
No, I have not.
Have you met with the doctor yet?
Only briefly. He was in a hurry when I arrived. I was hoping to sit and do an interview with him, but unfortunately he had other projects that he was working on. He said I was welcome to stay here for as long as I needed, and he would return within the week.
Have you met any of the other Gatewalkers? Lunja had a very similar experience, did she not? That she came in and it was only a brief hello goodbye with the doctor.
Yes. I've had the opportunity to speak with them.
Very good. Find out anything interesting?
Well, I took some notes on where everyone came from. I was very intrigued by their different cultures and what I could learn about, well, any of the architecture and things about where they are from.
Well, Celia, you have quite a few drawings of things that you've encountered on our travels, right?
Oh, yes.
If you want to share them, you don't have to.
Of course. And I'll pull out my journal and essentially gloss over our various travel and encounters that we've had.
Make a survival check for me, please. And well, actually, it'll be a secret one. Do that.
Ooh.
And click on the one in chat.
So then I don't even know what I rolled.
Ascendant is very intrigued as you start to explain all of these different drawings and where they took place and everything. He's very, very interested in everything that you're talking about. And you say you came, you visited Skywatch.
Yes.
So that means you traveled through Bravoy and you made your way to Sarkoris. Oh, I see. Very interesting. And, he's absolutely in love with the story that you are telling him. Specifically about the journey from Bravoy to Sarkoris. He asks you a bajillion questions about the trip. And, do you mention anything about that spring that was there or the ley lines or anything? I'm just curious,
I don't
how much
mention
into
the
detail.
ley lines. Actually, you know what? I do mention the ley lines. I mention Zaya. I don't hold anything back. The only details that I would hold back are personal details about Malavik and what he's been going through and what Arashtak was going through with the Mosquito Queen. I keep a bit more to the details of what happened.
Do you mention the blood bond or anything like that?
I think I gloss over that. I mentioned ley lines and I keep it at that.
Okay. Make a diplomacy check for me.
All right. Wow. What? I'm gonna reroll that.
Natural 1 getting rerolled.
27.
Okay. Normally, this would be a secret check. However, you rolled a natural 20 when you did your survival check.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a natural 20 on that. This conversation goes on for a while. You were all having I don't know, I'll let it be for each of you, however you want to respond, but this is a conversation about your travels, effectively. And he appears very interested in all the trials and tribulations and everything that you had to deal with making the journey, and how the roads were, or did you run into any monsters, where did this stuff happen? And he's taking notes. He'll take notes, and he will mention to you would it be all right if I update some maps with some of this information? Is that okay? Things along those lines.
I'm enthusiastic about this to impact someone's work. I do make a point to try to be insightful with my answers, and kind of tack on questions after I answer his and try to glean more about who he is. Like, oh, why are you so interested in this area? Have you been there before? Trying to get more information about him in response to me giving information about us.
Sure. Okay. What you get a little bit of insight onto this person, is that he just seems like a sort of normal person. He's not an adventurer.
Okay.
This is very much another sort of scholarly person that just, knows a lot about travel, and he works with like merchants and caravanners and stuff like that, and he will be the person that they typically will ask, like, what's the best route for us to take, and he sells maps and things, and that's kind of like his business effectively. He's from the Brevoy region. And he was very, very interested in the Skywatch stuff that you were going through, all of that. He was very intrigued by the whole bit there. Specifically, he comes from Silverhall in Brevoy. Sorry, go ahead.
As I finish up explaining what we've been through, I will ask, do you mind perhaps helping us a bit with our work? Do you have any maps or anything that might be helpful for us when we go through the Shutterwood? Or even perhaps the Crown of the World?
The Shutterwood I can help you with. The Crown of the World, unfortunately, I have not traveled through. I don't have any maps of that region, unfortunately.
Oh, fantastic. Anything that you can offer would be of great help to us. And I'd be happy to share whatever we discover there when we get back.
Yes, Dr. Ritalson mentioned something about journeying to the Shutterwood. Said something about that.
And I'll take out my notebook and essentially trade notes and write down whatever he has to share.
Just out of curiosity, have any of you been down to the basement?
No. Why is that?
No, there was a basement.
Well, I've only heard that the serving staff are allowed down there, below the kitchen, where the manor's wine cellar and storerooms are found. Never been down there?
No. Have you?
I haven't had the pleasure.
Well, no, I inquired about it as Dr. Ritalson was exiting the basement. He had a door that he locked up tight. Wouldn't he said we would be conducting the interview down there when he returned, but it's closed off until he returns.
Question, when we had our interviews, did we go down there?
No.
Oh. I look at Yara.
Oh, I tried to keep my face blank, but I make eye contact.
Very
interesting.
Give me either a performance or a deception check.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
definitely performance. 24.
20.
Okay.
I adjust my tits.
You can see he was trying to probe you a bit for some like information. You can tell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious. What goes on down there? What happens in these interviews? Have you been interviewed before?
Quite some time ago, yes. But we were not interviewed down there. At least I don't think I was. You weren't either, right, Orcelia?
I was not. I haven't been down there.
Have you heard something?
No, I was just curious. I was expecting, I must be honest, more people like us.
Well, apparently the doctor has been actively interviewing groups every week, so there are more. I think they're just spaced out, perhaps.
Curious.
Does he seem like he looks concerned when discussing this basement?
Make a perception check.
I'll re-roll that with a hero
16
point.
Getting rerolled.
24.
He seems more curious, I think.
Very good. Well, very interesting. And you said it was locked up tight.
Yes. He locked it up, and he had his group of 4 personal guards with him.
I see. Interesting. Well, if we hear anything, we'll let you know.
Yes, I tried asking some of the guards, but they weren't very receptive. They apparently accompany Edward on his journeys, and they venture down into the basement with him. But I assume that's just for protection. I don't know. I don't really know why he would need any sort of protection, but...
Right.
Yes.
Interesting. Huh. Well...
Liepestad didn't come across to me as a very dangerous city. I mean, the rest of Ustalav, what I have heard, is very dangerous, but I don't know about this place.
No, it is a place for scholars. Apparently drug dealers, but scholars. Well, Arcelia, are you almost done with your food, Rustchok?
Oh, yes.
Yes, it was very good.
Well, it was most lovely to meet you,
Quite
yes.
sure what this floating bit here is.
Oh, I think that's like a slice of tomato.
Oh, that won't poison me then. Good.
No.
Oh, yes, tomato.
Please excuse me. Thank you. Thank you very much for the help. This will make our travel much easier.
Yes, indeed. And again, if we hear anything, we will let you know. I appreciate your insights.
Yes, please do. Let me know if you have any other traveling stories that you wish to tell. Any updates on my maps would be most appreciated.
Wonderful.
And I'll go over to Malavik, where he sat down by a window. Hey, you all right?
What? No, I'm resting my eyes. Everything's fine. I'm alert.
Yeah, it's been like 2 hours, basically, like, of conversation.
Yes. Oh, good. Riveting conversation. It was great. Yeah. Oh, how did I get over? Oh, yes. You still talking to that person?
No, we finished.
Oh, I was just testing you. I was awake the whole time. Making sure that you are both safe.
Did you have enough to eat?
I look down. Yes, I'm fine. It was more wanting a drink more than anything. Something in my drink, something put me out. Karoon.
Did Karoon drug you?
Maybe. After I took the drink, I just sat by this window here in this chair, and then I couldn't help myself but to rest my eyes.
Oh, that's not a drug. That's called sunbathing.
Oh, is that what it is? The reflection off his dome hit me, and there was warmth, I guess, put me out.
Well,
Is there anything useful?
yes, we essentially have some detailed information and something of a map for the Shudderwood where we'll be going next.
Oh, okay. I look towards Yara. Does she have one of the beads anywhere, or?
Oh, yes, I've been wrapping them around my wrist.
I'll just make a gesture towards it. Oh. What have you been doing all day?
Well, I did quite a few things. I have a surprise for you all, but I can't tell you until it is done. So,
Surprise.
surprise indeed.
Why?
So, it's a fun surprise. You'll like it.
Well, I mean, okay.
And I spent some time over at the Grave Charge. It is a temple of Pharasma. Spent some time speaking with the priestess there and a little bit in prayer. And then I swung by the courthouse. They actually have a board in front of it with all sorts of information on things that are happening in the city and whatnot.
What information on what's happening in the city?
Do I recall seeing any sort of like wanted posters or anything for them?
Roll flat d20.
7.
Yep.
Fuck.
I wanted to wait until after dinner as well so that you wouldn't lose your appetite. But, well, there are events. And quite possibly wanted posters with your faces on it.
We'll take them out, make some extra coin. Easy.
They are of you.
That's not a great surprise, Yara. I do not like it.
Not.
I don't like it at all.
Well, my surprise is better. That's not the surprise. That's not the one. No. That's a I want to make sure you eat, and then I'll tell you the horrific news about you being on a wanted poster. The depictions were quite close to your faces as well, so.
My face? I didn't see my face.
Yeah, it wasn't the face. There's rough
Your shapes.
Yeah, rough sort of shapes. Like,
what did mine look like?
They basically have this narrowed down to like tall orc woman and tall Nephilim man.
And while skulking about the city, since I did quite a lot of perusing, did I see anyone else who matched any sort of descriptions like those?
Roll me a flat d20.
20.
Yeah. There are not. I imagine not a lot, but you've seen some other, like a few orcs around. Not many. But you have seen some orcs, most likely like half orcs, a few different shapes and sizes. There's more Nephilim than there are orcs.
Well, Arcelia sticks out a teensy bit more.
I would imagine why, and I look at the boobs.
Just blatantly staring.
Mm-hmm.
Now, oh shit, did one pop out? Fix them.
Fortunately not, but yes, well, the good news is that they don't know, and as long as we're careful, we should be fine, right?
Well,
Did you
perhaps.
take them down, Yara?
No, that would have been much too suspicious. It was in the middle of a square. Yes, there was a lot of people walking around.
Yara, you take down the wanted posters.
Why would I take them down and have others see me and then notice the white-haired freaking Duskwalker walking with you in the future?
Doesn't mean it's us.
Have I seen many Duskwalkers in the city as well?
Nope.
Yes, so Malavik, darling, I don't mean to. I must give this to you straight. I am far less commonly found in a place such as this.
It's okay, you just need a tan.
No. It's... If they were to see
stop
me
being
taking
humble.
down that... No.
You just need sunlight. It's like
It
it is.
It is an entire culture. And,
Oh no, not the culture thing. Everyone can sunbathe, Yara. Here, sit here. You get a
Malavik, I'm being serious. If they saw me taking down those posters and they saw me with you two the next day, you would be fucked.
In what way?
In not the good way. You would be thrown in a cell and probably not allowed to leave for quite some time.
I wouldn't like that.
No.
Well,
Depending
it's,
on someone else.
At least they don't have a lot of information on us, and we
No.
can probably get away with it. I just think that we should just continue to lay low for now.
I do not
available.
want to. I want to go out. I want to fish.
I want to go out too.
Yes, there's all sorts of fun things going on in the city.
I
That's
don't
all
like this
instead.
place.
The manor?
Library is
No.
nice.
I don't like the manor.
Hmm. It does have a strange air about it, does it not?
It feels ominous. Someone's always watching.
Hmm.
I always feel watched.
Speaking of,
I look at you right in the eyes. I look at you in the eyeballs. I make eye contact. How do I communicate this? It's up to you how you would interpret it.
Who's
But
you?
I tried.
yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
Okay.
Yara.
Yes.
It's up to you how you interpret it. Essentially, I do cut you off with a look, as if I don't
and
want you to say something.
I will cast message into your head. Yes, darling?
Can I respond back telepathically?
Yes, you can.
Oh, I don't think it's a good idea if we tell Malefic about the basement because he will obsess over it and want to go down, and we might get into trouble.
I keep casting it so we can have a conversation. I believe that perhaps that key that we've discussed, and you just see me mumbling Malevich.
Oh no, I'm staring at you guys
I
very
imagine-
suspiciously.
I imagine they're doing.
intense eye
Yeah,
contact.
it's this thing where they're like,
I'm gonna say a couple of things here. First of all, why did you stop talking? Second of all, you do realize me and Sia share a bond, right? Some sort. Her emotions are going off the racket. Nervousness, anxious, intrigue, curiosity.
We're talking about your kiss.
I get really flustered and I'm gonna well it
"Are
was,
you mating now
I-
as well?"
A Rostock, darling! Remember that thing that I told you I wanted to do?
There was a lot of tongue involved, but the tusk are not really a big problem. I just go mumbling about it.
The thing being, and I would cast message, the thing where I mentioned that I wanted you to check and see if there was any magical bullshit going on near that that fireplace.
Right, I did not detect anything.
Oh, you did go. You didn't detect anything.
No.
Wonder where that key is then.
It was
It was very difficult to find. Anyway,
when the choke came in, I opened the door quite easily.
Yeah.
Were you listening? Were you not listening?
Just kind of happened. Choking.
oh. Is that something you like?
Maybe. It did help me unlock a really tough lockpick.
Yes, it was effective, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And then in your head, Arcelia. Yeah, where the fuck were we? What were we talking about? Shit, he didn't find anything near the fireplace either, by the way.
But you know, the tusk wasn't even
We've no
Okay.
idea where that key is.
Oh,
was
all right.
simple.
Well, then I suppose
Right,
it's not
Yara?
a problem, right?
It's all about the the way you go about things.
Of course, it's all about intent.
Yeah, so I did leave the money, and it was it was a good thing because I thought about you and I left the money. Otherwise, I would have just took it and ran. There was alarms going off, and I made sure I put it in there. I scribbled a note really well.
I'm so
It's
Maybe
quite,
there's no harm in telling him if we don't have a key.
it's quite the message. It's really great.
But he might try and find the key
Yeah.
again.
But anyway, so what are
Which I
you
suppose
hiding
is not-
from me?
Maybe we want to. Do we want to get in there?
You're not a really good liar, Yara. I switched the conversation up 3 times, and normally you blush and banter when I talk about Arcelia.
You are correct! I was distracted!
Sorry.
Sorry. And I'll nod to
We should
Arcelia.
continue our conversation somewhere more private.
No, I want to know what's going on. Do you feel like you had to, I don't know, not talk to me? You gotta
I will
get better at,
explain-
stop speaking when you're responding. Or respond to the correct thing.
Malevich, in your
I got
head,
past this
in your
distrust
head,
moment.
you will hear, Malevich, the reason that we are talking telepathically at the moment is specifically because when I was in the library with Rostock, somebody was listening in on us. You can reply to this. In your head.
You know, when you do this thing with your eyes all day when you're talking in someone's head.
Do I?
Yeah.
Just wiggle your eyebrows intensely as you're passing a message.
You speak a lot with your hands, I'm guessing.
I know, it's a problem. Just working on it.
And what was what now?
Someone was listening.
Let's go find Karun and continue the conversation.
Okay, tell me what's going on in my head then.
Oh, let us get everyone together and go somewhere where we will not be watched.
You need a quiet message to send a message in my head?
I'll drag Malvik with us as we try to gather everyone together.
I'm just being pulled in like, why wouldn't you tell me? What's different with my head than everyone else's head? I bet if I had a head like him, you would tell me pretty easily. And I point at the bald elf.
What is wrong with your head?
There's not enough space, apparently.
Knock,
Karun?
knock, knock.
You may
Karun, darling.
enter. Just hold your breath.
Karun, did you drug my drink earlier?
Not intentionally.
Oh, I knew it.
Did I drug his drink? How would I roll for that?
That's entirely up to you.
Oh my god.
If you did try to drug his drink,
Well, I wouldn't
this
have
would be a
tried, but I definitely could have.
Well, that's entirely up to you whether or not you did it. That's a choice.
Yeah, that certainly is a choice.
No, I did not drug your drink this time.
Should be no time. At least let me know before you do things
I would
like
just
that.
like it stated for the future, Karun, if you would be so kind as to not drug my drink unless I specifically ask for it.
I've never drugged your drink without you knowing about it. I think.
I just want to cut any potential thoughts off at thoughts, not actions, in the future.
Yes, I too wish not to be drugged.
I too wish not to be drugged without my knowledge.
You can
Could it be
experiment on me if you want.
aerosolized, perhaps?
Yeah.
Maybe that is why people
What
are
sort of
getting
thing
drugged
to you?
without my knowing.
It's okay.
You freak.
Speaking of drugs, I think you should make a visit to, what was that place that I destroyed? The elixir place, and I think you should talk to your friend in there.
I have no need to go back to the elixir shop
Why not?
because the woman was rude and wouldn't sell me any potion. Had the word formulas.
Well, the good news is they might be hurting for money now, so yeah.
What makes you say this?
I don't know, there may have been an accident that caused the store to have
There are
a
wanted
problem.
posters out for these two.
Why would you go straight there with it? I was warming up. No wanted. We're not really, I mean, might be wanted.
I'm surprised she wouldn't suspect me for this.
Why would she suspect you?
Nothing.
I was just wondering if you could drug her.
What?
Leave the poor woman alone.
Well, now that we have everyone together,
Wait, hang on 1 second. Well, wait 1 minute here. Because I've been running in my head this entire day while I am backwards engineering the schnooze. Who it is in the city who could have been producing schnooze on a great enough scale to be able to drug the entire city? And I have a feeling, a suspicion, that it could have been that person at the shop. And so, with her out of commission, I could potentially corner the market much easier.
I like that
Well, I
idea.
suppose I
Don't you
should
like that
thank you.
idea? It's great.
I wish to support you in your endeavors.
Just don't kill her.
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't even have to. You've destroyed the facilities, if I'm understanding
It's
correctly.
not completely destroyed. It was just a
It
lot
was
of her
pretty
formulas.
bad,
You wouldn't finish the job?
No, I didn't. No,
They were
okay, so what
closed.
happened was she had.
I cannot understand why you would not finish what you have started.
Wait, she had a big selection of stuff in it. Our intent wasn't to destroy the shop, but in the back there was a lot of secret
Look,
potions.
there are
a lot
no
of
half measures, all
Oh my
right?
God,
We
put
go
it
all
away.
in, or we only go halfway.
grab my
and we get
dagger.
got at the end of the day.
It's pretty.
Must I do
fucked up.
everything myself?
Listen, there was a secret supply of potions. I'm guessing they looked very expensive, and they were all different colors. When they hit and mixed together, they made this smoke, and the smoke was quite effective. All I'm saying is she might be looking for some extra, whatever you got.
How about we revisit this and go about what we were trying to do, which is to have a private discussion on things that are quite important as a collective.
What are you doing?
Arcelia, do you think this is secure enough of a place? We were listening to you in the library. Should we go outside, like in the gardens or something?
This seems fine.
What is going on? Why are you acting so suspicious, Yara?
I am in agreement. What is
I'm about to tell you all, if you would give me a moment. You don't have to jump to conclusions in the first place. Be like, oh, you're so suspicious. You could just be like, okay, Yara, tell us what it is you'd like to tell us because you all have gathered us here.
You asked us to go in the garden. That was not like you.
Yes, because I do not want us to be listened to.
Like, should I drug her?
I will look around the room to see if there are any potential, fake walls or anything that might risk the security of the room.
Sure. Let's see. I think this will just be a perception check.
Okay. I'm gonna re-roll that. Yeah.
21 getting re-rolled. A natural 1.
Nice.
13. Yeah, this place looks fine. There's nothing.
Haven't even found my stash.
I mean, let's put it this way: if you are visiting Karun's room, it's littered with alchemical equipment and
papers and bottles.
Yeah, it's a little hazy in here, and yeah.
You all feeling a little lightheaded.
Would you say it's
like
messy?
Not even in a fun way?
Would you say it's messy in here?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. It is messy for people who, without the higher brain functions of an elf, to be able to discern where everything is.
Sure.
So.
We're fine to talk here.
Well, at any rate, we had a discussion with one of the other Gatewalkers, and they gave us the information that there appears to be some sort of a door downstairs, a latch, I suppose, in the kitchens, that leads to a basement which we did not know of prior, and apparently that's where the interview that he was scheduled to have was designated to be. And it's locked.
All you hear is the door closing.
Well, do you want to go look in the basement?
I would have liked to have an organized effort to try and see if we could go and get into it. And if it was late enough that the servants would not be in the kitchen.
I will go to the basement with you.
I think Malovit's going to the basement right now.
I think so too. I think we need to figure out how to distract everybody and do things.
Let's go to the basement then. I have a gun,
Maybe we don't shit where we eat.
Well, I'm... all right.
Last resort. How about that?
Sure.
Somebody gives us problems, you...
I'd say that we really need wine.
Really, really need wine. But then they'll be like, oh, how do you even know about the basement? And which... and at any rate, we should probably go check on Malavik.
Yeah, we'll go to the basement together.
Yes.
All right. Go looking for Malavik.
Everything to do with this key and the basement and stuff, Malavik has rolled a 1. I just want to say that.
Malavik has rolled
Poor Frank.
another natural 1. Malavik, you're completely lost trying to find this basement door.
Basement. I'm upstairs.
There are also hero points. Don't forget those.
I'm upstairs.
I think we see like Malavik like checking in a drain, like in one of the baths or something. Like
basement. I'm looking for any place that has cement.
You can hear stuff like clattering around upstairs.
Key, door. Yeah. Up here! I think I found it!
Up? Yeah.
It's like, you can see he's like opened up like a medicine cabinet.
Yeah. Well, it's the laundry drop door.
Yeah.
I found it.
Like a dumb waiter. It's just a chute
Yeah.
to drop your laundry
I
down.
found it. Easy. Took me a while. Smart. For them to put it here, no one would have looked there. You said
Malavik.
servants and a basement and a... No, this is a...
This isn't the kitchen, Malavik.
Service door. The servants would use this to plan their way down. I see a whole bunch of ways that they can sneak stuff down there. You thank me later. Who wants to go in first?
Malavik, that is not large enough for a person's body. It will break.
I think you're being judgmental.
No,
I believe that, flexibility.
Who is the
key.
shortest in
I
our
have
group?
seen.
Is it me?
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely.
I have seen you bend your bodies in ways that I had no idea you could do. I believe
But
you
the
could do
most
Watching me
likely to survive
practice
the fall is
dancing.
probably...
I mean, sure. I can't bend like that.
You know, either way, if we push him into the dumbwaiter, then either it holds him and it would probably hold all of us as well, or he falls all the way down and survives.
I cannot fit in there.
Oh, then the point is moot. Never mind.
Yeah. So, not a good idea.
Also cannot fit in there. I can't fit in there, right? There's no possible way. Malavik.
Fine, we'll go with your plan then. What do
The
you
equivalent-
suggest?
It's the equivalent of trying to fit, like, into an overhead storage suitcase.
But
So-
step, Gatewalker, what are you doing?
Well, let's go with your plan then.
I assume that the key in the fireplace was meant to be the way that we get down there, but none of us were able to find it.
Yeah. I can...
I walk
Wait a
off
second.
to go look for the fireplace.
Need to check my
Crosstalk,
bag.
she has, you have dark vision, right?
Yes.
Okay, never mind.
I have two. I have ways of getting in if we need be.
All right, how about we follow our Celia and see where she's going? Why does everybody just keep walking off without talking about it?
Why didn't you
And
tell
I
me where the
trail after
basement
her.
was?
I
Why
will
didn't you
just
tell me where
continue
the
with everyone else.
Just follow them.
Yeah.
Basement, I have no idea where that is.
It is below the other floors, at the base of the house.
Clever.
Celia,
Clever.
what are you doing?
I'm going to check out the fireplace.
It's a very tight squeeze. Be careful. What time of day is it right now? Is it nighttime?
It's about, let's see, I'll add another 10 minutes. We'll say it's about 8:45.
So people are definitely still awake.
Yep.
It's also not late, really.
I mean, it's nighttime out, you know.
Yes. I mean, if you're quick, I can try and provide some sort of distraction and so can the others.
Yeah, it'll just be a minute.
Right. I will stand guard.
Careful, you'll get lots of dirty...
We must provide distractions.
Okay,
And also, before Arcelia walks off, I would have cast guidance upon you. So you get a
Right.
+1 to your skill check.
Okay.
Okay. So, Arcelia, you are going to where you believe the key to be. Yes, the fireplace? Okay.
Mhm.
Very well. Are you trying to be stealthy? You're trying to just go and do this thing? What are you doing?
Yes. I'm trying to be stealthy.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
I did say, hold on.
use guidance on this.
I did say that I'm not wearing my armor, so let me take that off real quick. Stowed.
And you can drag the spell effect onto your sheet so that it'll pop up and you can just click it for the addition.
Okay, there we go. It says I'm encumbered.
Oh.
Probably because you put your armor inside your bag.
Oh, I would just leave it in my room. I'll just drop it.
Okay.
All right. So now stealth. Guidance. 18.
Okay.
Is that what guidance?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool.
You make your way to the fireplace.
I'm so sneaky.
I'm going to. Is there any service people around?
Make me a perception check, Malvik.
Oh boy. Last perception check went really well.
You got the best perception in the group.
There we go. I know. 25.
25. Yeah. I think you can find probably one of the maids around.
Oh, okay. I'll walk up to one of them and be like, "Hey, start a conversation. Wine? Do you have wine?" Hi.
Hello. It's an older woman.
Oh, I'm very nervous around here. So many people, and I'll just carry on a conversation with her and then ask for a bottle of wine.
Oh, yes. Well, a bottle of wine is no problem.
Yes.
We have a wine cellar, if you so desire.
Where is the wine cellar?
It is downstairs from the kitchen.
Perfect, thank you. And while I'm talking to her, hopefully Arcelio is able to do her thing.
Okay. Arcelia, make a perception check for me. Actually, hold on. Sorry, this will be a secret perception check.
Can't re-roll those.
Correct.
I'll be leaned against the door frame, looking drunk.
Arcelia, you spend several minutes searching the inside of this fireplace, looking for any hint where this key may be. It's dark in here. Your dark vision is active, so things are just kind of like tones of gray, and you got nothing.
I would also, while I'm there, try to look for things that might be an abstract sort of key, perhaps like a lever or a button or a loose something.
Mm-hmm.
So I am getting quite handsy with the fireplace.
You're in here for several minutes. You haven't found shit.
Ara, I can't find anything.
You can't.
It gets harder every time you guys fail, by the way.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we're going to be able to really do anything about it.
Thank you, and I'll be down there to get my own wine. Thank you. Yes, all right. Oh, very good.
I can open up the door for you if you like.
Yes, that'd be perfect.
Do you want me to show you where the wine is in the cellar?
Yes, I'll just walk with her without even telling.
Not the same one that you talked to, Kern. This is
But
an
it's
older
an elf.
woman. No, this is an older human woman.
Arastok, could you do that cleaning thing to Arcelia?
Oh,
Wait.
yes. That is a good idea.
I want to try one more thing before I get out of here. I will try to read psychometric resonance here. So if this is meant to be something that is protective place, maybe there's some sort of resonance of emotion here.
Sure. So this ability, you must brush your bare hands over any objects you pass while you do this. This detects objects with significant emotional resonance attached to them, such as the joy from a child's beloved teddy bear, sorrow from a widower's wedding ring, or the fear from a victim's murder weapon. If you're looking for a particular type of emotional resonance, you can choose to ignore other emotions. So what I'm going to do here is allow you to roll again. This. So you can use the same prompt.
Okay.
The secret check.
With our distractions and whatnot, would we possibly be able to assist her, so to speak?
Nope. Your assistance is in other ways. Arcelia, there's no psychometric resonance here. You typically need to have some kind of an actual object to hold and get an impression from. Nothing.
It's a really good try, though.
Ah, shit. I can't get anything.
It's all right. It's all right. We should. Do we see Manavik walking off?
I mean, I'm not being quiet about it. I'm like,
You're
yes, a
talking
wine
loudly?
cellar
Yeah,
would be great.
I imagine you should. Yeah.
Rostock, clean her off, please, if you
I'd
could.
love for you to take us down there and unlock the door. That'd be really kind of you.
Celia,
Thank
do you leave the fireplace?
Yes.
Yes. One moment. This will just take a little bit.
Yes.
A few minutes.
T-pose.
Ah.
And I'm drifting off as I try to alert them.
Oh, Manavik, darling! Where are
Yes,
you
you-
going?
Wine. Oh, I've been feeling
Wine.
very nervous today. Yes, this nice lady right here is going to let us in the cellar downstairs.
Oh.
Yes. I told her she shouldn't have to worry about getting it herself because, you know, she's been working all day long.
I scurry after them.
Sure. You follow along. This mage, who's named Griselda, by the way, will lead you to a door in the kitchen. And she says,
The lock sticks a little bit.
and she, it's just like a regular kind of door lock from what you can see. Just, you know, like right above the doorknob, just like an old looking iron key. She takes it out, just unlocks it.
There should be a torch to light here if you need.
Yes. Okay, thank you. You should go get you some rest.
I
You've
can
been
take
on.
you down and show you where some of the wine is if you like.
Are you opposed from us looking ourselves? I have quite a picky person that really is very, very,
Very
distinct
picky.
about her wines and could be
I
allergic
like
to
it
certain things.
dry, but I also like it a little bit
Yeah.
wet. And I also like it sweet, but I also like it a little bit bitter.
Yeah, but we could lock up for you, of course. I wouldn't want you to sit there and wait for us
Oh
too
no,
long.
just you'll only be a few minutes, yes?
Oh, you haven't. And I lean in. You haven't seen her when she's really getting into the wine. She breaks it down to the very taste
I'll
I also have
smell.
a very bad stomach.
I'll be cleaning the conservatory and then the library. So if you
Oh, I'll come get you when we're done.
yes,
Or I can lock it up for you.
I
It's
should be
locked
done
just a
within.
little
I'll be done within the hour. Well, unfortunately, I can't give you the key.
Oh yeah, it's a key. Okay, I understand. I thought it was a. All right, no problem. We will come get you, and we thank you very, very.
What is your name?
My name is Griselda.
Griselda? My name is Karun. Would you like any snooze?
Well,
Helps you sleep
I had a
at
nap
night.
earlier.
No, the drug.
What?
I'm sorry. This is why we need the wine.
It is a
you should-
recreational drug that the kids are doing these days that they think is
Oh.
marvelous.
No, I'd stay away
Yes.
from this stuff.
No, it just makes you
alright.
sleep at night, right,
Just
Karun?
helps you sleep.
There you go. That's why it's
A
called
sleep aid.
snooze.
But sometimes you can stay awake for a few days and then take the snooze and get the.
One of the nice things about cleaning this old house is a lot of work. I don't have too much trouble sleeping.
Is it just you
passed right
cleaning?
out. Some days we alternate.
Oh.
Okay. Well, you should be getting going. We don't want to hold you too long.
Oh yes, I don't want to get too late. It's already quite late. I'll probably only be doing this for maybe a half an hour. So try to be
Okay.
done within a half hour.
You said an
sorry,
hour,
no
but okay,
problem.
no problem. All right.
I didn't realize how late it was.
Ah, sorry.
Nor
All
did
right,
we.
we will hurry. And then we'll come
Alright.
get you.
All right. Well, watch your step and make sure you use the torch on the sconce there.
Yes, the torch. Thank you. And I will look at a Rostock, just signaling to him. Hopefully he remembers.
Just staring at you.
He never remembers what you want. You have to be very clear and explicit in what you
Right,
want. as well.
Rostock,
Love you,
could
tiny human. Goodbye.
to remind us when to go get her.
Oh yes, yes.
All right. Let's go.
Grandfather clock is constantly going off.
officers.
Yeah. And I'll take the torch, hand it to Yara, and then we'll proceed down into the cellar. And I'm guessing the cellar is a cellar in the basement?
So there's just stairs that would lead. I think there's probably like one landing, you know, so it goes down one to landing, and then it loops back around and goes back down. But yeah, as you begin to head down, there's kind of a wine cellar down there. You can see that there's what appears to be some storerooms.
So are we? So is it in the basement or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Do any of the? I'm keeping an eye out for rooms that look like they might be a little bit more. I suppose like not used, but like a little less used, because storerooms servants would be going in and out of. Anything that looks like it might be not a typical storeroom.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
And I will cast guidance upon myself if that is all right.
Okay.
You said perception, yes? There we go. Would this be considered pursuing a lead, as we are looking for some sort of meeting room or something? We got information from someone.
I'm sorry, say that one more time?
So, would this be considered pursuing a lead, as we are following a bit of information?
Yeah, sure, why not?
20.
Okay. They look like storerooms.
Nothing really seems to stand out.
Or we just look for the one that's locked, right?
I suppose we try doors and whatnot.
I'm just going to lightly imbibe a little bit over here. Don't mind me.
Gonna do what?
I'm
Light
just
a
gonna
bomb?
have a little sippy sip, that's all.
Oh, yes.
No, that is all right. Let me know if you find anything good.
So I will, I'll go around and jiggle doorknobs and,
I will attempt to search for hidden doors and things with the eagle eye elixir.
And
Okay.
I would advise Arashtok to utilize his detect magic to see if there's anything in particular that stands out as well.
God.
wow. Discreet is,
That was so visceral. What the fuck? And I will distract Griselda. Griselda.
oh, she's gone.
She's cleaning.
Yeah,
She
she's
went to
gone
the
to go
conservatorium.
cleaning.
But you can stand watch or something to distract anyone who comes by. That could be a thing.
Yes. I will stand in the doorway and fix my shirt.
So I have, 2 lockpicks, only,
Okay. The storerooms are not locked.
all of them.
Correct.
Oh, that's interesting.
And none of them lead to any other rooms or anything like that.
You didn't see anything, no.
Man, you notice anything that stands out? Any loose stones?
Unfortunately
or-
not, which is even more concerning. This room must be hidden.
That's what I'm saying. Keep
Is
an
there
eye out.
anything that I can see?
You can absolutely make a perception check for me.
I can't see my token.
That's
don't
all
think you
right.
need
You
it.
can still.
Yeah, you can still. So just drag the Eagle Eye Elixir effect onto your character sheet. It's the second tab from the right. Effects.
Eagle eye elixir, second tab from the right.
Yeah, it's under
Effects.
Under
effects.
character
And then you
Ah.
just drag that.
All right, very good. And then I make a what counter check?
Perception check.
Perception,
Let's go, Karoon.
28. Be
Hmm.
Wells.
Okay, so Karoon, the storeroom, I will say you notice is pretty like well traveled. The staff must go in and out of this room very often. I mean, you guys have had like probably a bottle of wine or something with all of your dinner meals. I imagine that you know, they've gone down into the storeroom for various things, probably for like mostly food related items and things. It's fairly well stocked with food. Not for like an extended period of time, but like it's decent. It's like somebody recently made a trip to the, you know, to the grocery store kind of levels of stocked. But it's not like fully stocked. It's not like, oh, let's prepare for winter kind of stocked. You don't seem to notice any hidden doors or anything.
Where did you get this information from? Because I'm starting to feel like there's nothing down here.
It was the fellow we spoke with at the table. The bald one.
What he said he's been down here?
He said that he was not allowed down here.
What if he was a competitor and he was trying to take me out?
But we are allowed down here. Why?
Ask for wine. Maybe he didn't. Maybe the basement has a different entrance. Has there been any hallways that we have not gone down, or have we been in every room? Maybe there's a door within a room. Within a room.
You have gotten a pretty good lay of the land here in this manor. You haven't really noticed any places that you know are obviously hidden from you. Give me a general sort of. I will take any sort of intelligence check of any kind. From any of you. I would also take maybe
a Rosh talk.
Yeah, I would also take like a survival check, I think.
Survival? I can't do the other one.
I mean, I can have a Rosh talk roll if you want.
Oh, yeah. If he has intelligence.
If he would be better for it, yeah.
I have a 12 in survival only.
Rosh talk has.
How do I roll for intelligence again?
So it's just the basis for your roll. So like anything that's associated with intelligence is like lore or
Arcana.
Yeah, like those types of
Or
rolls.
crafting?
I would say no to the crafting on this one. I would take Arashtak has a 14 in survival if you want him to do this.
Should roll it.
Yeah, let's have him do it. I'll cast guidance on him as well if that's okay.
Okay. Remember to
come on, Arashtak.
Also put the immunity to guidance on. Okay, let's see.
This basement is very small in comparison to the rest of the house. I suppose if it was a full basement, it could be much larger. But I did not see any other rooms or anything. I think
There's got to be another passage. We're probably on the wrong side of the basement. We should go back through the kitchen.
Can we get a sense of like what direction? Like we know the size of the house from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
We know like what corner or part of under the house the cellar is, and what direction, if there was a full basement the size of the house, what direction it would go.
Sure. So like the kitchen, I think is probably located. Let me see here. The kitchen is located on the western side of the house. Kind of like central western. And so the basement would be right about there. And in comparison to the size of the house, I mean, Arashtak would give you rough idea of like, it would be the equivalent of like one of the rooms of the house. Like it's storage. I mean, if you've ever been, you know, in an apartment complex or anything along those lines, it has kind of like communal storage. It would just be like, oh yeah, you know, we've got a few storage cages effectively for whatever items you have. But they're small. They're probably like the equivalent size of a pantry each. You know, and I'd say there's probably like 4 storage areas. And then the wine cellar is probably the width of all 4 of those on the opposite side.
Okay.
So it's much smaller than the house.
Well, I don't think we're gonna find anything down here. Unless it's a wall that moves or something hitting away that we can't see. But if the man from upstairs told you, it means it was quite visible. If he wasn't allowed to go down and he saw it by chance.
It's just curious that he would be told no, but we would be told yes to going down.
Different reasons. Maybe he didn't go about what we asked. Maybe he asked the wrong questions. I have no idea, but there's nothing off about this place.
Rashok, darling, you don't detect anything magical.
No. I will say, though, that my area that I am able to detect is rather... it's not... it is easily blocked. So if there is something magical here, there's a lot of stone and things. It very well could be blocked. At least in the storage area and this wine cellar, it is there are no magical spells.
Well, we're running out of time.
Perhaps it is a mystery for another day.
I mean, we can always talk to Griselda when she comes back. She is quite old. She would know the layout of this whole house. We could maybe come up with an idea. Say the doctor was supposed to come back. He called us in. We were traveling a lot. We have tons of information. And he wanted us to meet him down in his other room of some sort. And maybe she could point us in a direction. Maybe we won't go in, but we can at least know where it's at.
But then she'll give us the same reaction that our elven friend had, or a half-elven friend had.
Just tell us that we're not allowed there until he gets back or something. At least we have the location of it. We don't have to act tonight. We still have a day or so before the doctor comes back.
I think we should wait on it.
Well, we have no choice if we don't find anything, I suppose, yeah.
Also, it's probably nothing to worry about. Or, my thoughts on the doctor is correct. He's hiding stuff, lying to us.
Well,
Yeah, we
In
should
the meantime, perhaps we should investigate the rest of the house.
definitely grab a bottle of wine. Yeah, at least our story
Indeed.
checks out.
I grabbed 2 bottles of wine.
Sure.
Fair enough. I'll make my way back up the stairs.
The racks of wine, by the way, are probably about like half full.
Do I notice anything? Can I check the wine racks?
Sure. What would you like to check for?
A latch of any sort?
You're looking for secret things.
Yeah.
yeah, if anything maybe was moved on the ground or anything like that.
Karun
Yeah,
has
while
been doing like a thorough inspection of stuff, by the way, while
okay.
you
Whole
will-
body up
yeah.
against the wall, listening to the wall, gently tapping the wall, giving the wall little smooches, and trying to understand the wall deeply on a personal level.
Yeah, while
Fair
Karun
enough.
has been doing this, and you sort of like go over to the wine rack, Karun, you haven't found anything secret, doors, nothing. You know, you sort of have already inspected the wine rack. I'll leave that up to you if you tell Malavik or not. But Malavik, you can give me a perception check.
Oh, why not? 33.
I think the thing that stands out to you here is like, the place is like a little bit dusty. It's well traveled, so like the stuff that's accessed a lot doesn't have dust on it, but like the wine bottles have a bunch of dust on them, and like as you're looking around, there's no like secret, wine bottle release or anything like that to unveil a door. You don't find anything.
All right. Well, we got out of wine. She should be coming back any time now.
Yes, I suppose we should leave then.
I'll work my way upstairs then.
Very well.
Let's go.
Do we see Griselda or no?
Griselda said that she was cleaning the conservatory and the library.
Okay, I thought she said she'll be back in 30 minutes. All right.
She said it was going to take about 30 minutes to clean.
Okay. I look around the kitchen a bit. To see if there's any other access.
Sure.
Anywhere.
So there's, it's not medieval times or anything, but,
right.
This is a very old school kind of kitchen. They have like a wood burning stove. So there's like a rack of wood, like there's a cord of wood that's just kind of like in a wrought iron rack, and there's normal stuff you'll find in the kitchen. These are like heavy duty appliances, effectively, like stuff made out of iron and skillets and things that are up there. You can see there's like probably like big heavy like wooden chopping blocks and stuff like that. So I imagine you're trying to just kind of look behind everything, just kind of like look
I'm
around.
just kind of giving it a look-see. Yeah.
There's not really anything to find here. You kind of look through all this stuff, and it's disappointing, effectively.
I'll turn to the group and say, I feel that rumors are rumors, and maybe the people here are coming up with their own thoughts, and it's not anything. We haven't found a key in the fireplace. I've looked, you've looked. We haven't found any other strange door. So I believe that we should just enjoy our wine and make a night of it.
Sounds good to me.
I'll close the door back to the wine, down to the wine cellar.
Sure.
And slowly make my way, I guess, towards where we need to go for the rooms.
Okay. You return to Griselda?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Did you find what you needed?
Yes, it took a while, but I believe she's happy.
Good. I'll close up for the night.
Yes, before you go, I look towards Yara and Marcia.
Yes?
The doctor mentioned, we had a lot of information from him. The doctor mentioned that we come and see him, and I know that he's coming back in a few days. But what was it that he said for us to meet him? We don't know the manor very well, but he asked us to meet him in, where was it again?
And I would regurgitate, I guess, the room that our half-elven friend mentioned earlier, which he said it was like a room in the basement or something.
Specifically, he said. Let me get the exact phrasing. Why can't I look at all of this stuff at once again? I don't know what I did. I did something.
Well, I wrote down in the basement, below the kitchen.
He said that there is a basement level to the manor, and there's like he said there's like a wine cellar and storerooms, and yeah, he said that he ran into the four guards, like personal guards of Dr. Ritalson. And Dr. Ritalson like closed it up tight or something along those lines.
Yes, so that is where we were told to meet.
Do you know the location so we don't get lost when we have our time to go?
It's possible that
Who wants to make me the diplomacy check?
That's why I didn't do it.
I would make a diplomacy check.
I have, whatchamacallit, let me see here, 15 diplomacy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will re-roll that 19 using a
God.
hero point.
Please don't be a 1.
28.
Okay.
well, it's possible that he meant the doctor's laboratory.
Oh, you think it was just a misspoken?
Maybe.
So, the laboratory is the one that we met with him previously in?
I'm not sure. I don't know where the doctor.
What floor is that on? We have no.
Yes.
Cannot remember. We've been everywhere,
Well,
literally.
it's in the basement.
Uh-huh.
You can only go down there when the doctor is returned.
Right. In the same basement as a wine cellar, or a different part? Because that way, when he gets.
No,
Ah,
it's another part of the basement.
thank you.
Oh,
Very good.
I see.
Right. Well, I guess we must be going.
All right.
Wait, but how do you get to that part of the basement? Just curious, so that we can make sure we meet up with him in the correct.
I'm sure the doctor will tell you when he returns.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. Just look back at the group.
Well, I'm going to head to bed. Good night,
Yeah,
everyone.
that was a great
100%
night. We closed the door, by the way. Just need to lock
Okay.
it
Need to
back.
lock it.
Yes, I was going to have a look before I headed up.
Can I follow her stealthily?
Sure.
Can I do like a kind of vibe check of her, just kind of watching from afar this conversation happening, see if like she has had any mood change or any kind of subtle
Yeah, give me a perception
shift?
check.
25.
No, she seems, she seems like she's just doing her job.
Okay.
Malavik, yeah, if you're just following her, yeah, absolutely, give me a stealth check.
Reroll. What the hell is that? roll?
Blowing through the hero points today. So
Well, I
many.
mean, it's my first hero roll. Oh, why did that not take away? I must have chose the wrong one. I'll take it away. There we go. 25.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty. She's not hard to like follow. I mean, she's she's an older lady. You just kind of watch. She heads to the kitchen, closes the. She just checks the door, like opens it and then closes it, and locks it up.
Did she do anything else? Did she go anywhere else? Since we mentioned the other side of the basement, I wonder if she's gonna go check to make sure it's locked.
Right. Good question. Find out. Okay, so she actually does. She goes to a different part of the house. So the kitchen's on the western side. She goes to the easternmost lounge of the house. And as she walks over there, there is a curtain in the easternmost lounge. She pulls this curtain aside, and you see like a reinforced wood door
Mm.
behind this curtain. She checks the door, makes sure it's locked, closes the curtain, and walks over. She's on the downstairs floor. Her quarters are on the downstairs floor.
Mm.
And she heads to her room.
Okay. After a while, I'll go. I should go back and tell them. I should go back and tell them what I really want. And then I just say, and I turn around and I'll walk back to the group. She made it back nice and safely.
I'm chugging from a bottle.
Yeah, I'm drinking wine.
And I may have found a room.
What?
I didn't open it, unfortunately.
You didn't open it?
I came back and wanted to get you all. Well, yeah, it's a completely different side of the house. It's on the east
So we
side.
wasted time.
Yeah, we wasted some time, but the good thing is she's gone to bed. But the door looks pretty... I look at Arcelia. Tricky.
Hmm?
The door looks like it's gonna be hard to pick the lock.
I start drinking heavily.
But with my tactics, our tactics, we might be able to do something. Granted, only have 2 chances to open the door. And I have a
See
feeling that...
Please give me a fortitude save.
21, easy.
Yeah, easy.
Damn,
Wow.
girl.
You polish off the first bottle.
That's why I have
I
to.
eye the shit out of you. Damn.
Well, I mean, you have a glass, you know. I don't know if you know this, by the way. I only learned of this like last week, that a normal wine glass is actually designed so that it will hold an entire bottle of wine.
Oh, I thought it was
I have
half a
disproven
bottle.
that theory.
So there's different kinds of glasses, obviously, but
Of
like
course
a
there is.
normal wine glass, yeah, it's actually designed to hold like a full bottle of wine.
And there's only like 3 glasses of wine in a bottle. Normal size, whatever you want to say. All right, I'm going to, but yes, I was like, you know, if you want to have some kind of like midnight escapade,
Well,
I'm gonna
Karun, do you also have anything that might help us have
Not
more
damage
chances
the
or
lock.
anything? Yes, yeah, or ensure his success.
I am so high right now. I have been completely zoned out of what you are saying, but yeah, seen your lips moving, so I know you're talking. What is it?
Karun, can you make lockpicks? I need
Well, do you have
replacement
any?
ones.
I have an any tool. I have a lockpick. Just pull out the any tool.
Oh,
Wait, is this
does
tool?
that function as one?
So an any
Yes.
tool works as any basic toolkit.
Does that mean
Well,
also
mine is
that I
better
could?
though.
So let me check. Traveler's any tool. Specific simple tool. And the any tool transforms into it. So, you can choose from a tool listed in the player core. This transforms the wooden portion into any haft and the metal caps into spades, hammerheads, or the like, allowing for most basic tools, but nothing more complex. So this will not turn into
Not
thieves'
be a
tools.
lockpick.
I was about to say, if that's infinite lockpicks, that's crazy.
No.
Could you?
Well,
Fashion them?
I'll
It's
show
worth a
her-
lot of money, by the way. Just
would I
saying.
make a lockpick?
I show her lockpick. It's quite simple. I just need replacements.
I'm sure I could.
So you can definitely craft lockpicks. This isn't something you can do on the fly, though.
Yeah, I would have to smelt it. And I'm not smelting anything, I'm so high.
Oh, well, that's a first. Normally, you want to burn everything when you're high.
Don't give her
But I
any
could use
ideas.
alchemist fire. I forgot about the alchemist fire. I'm really out of it.
I would like to not burn down the manor, and
Yeah.
also like to get the door open. I at least have 2.
Hmm. Well,
I may
I
have
mean-
broken a few earlier.
we could give it a shot. Is it around time that it would be late enough where most people would be asleep? I know Griselda went to sleep, but
So it is about 9:15 or so now.
Just wait. maybe 2 more hours.
Yes.
Okay. Are you all Skyrim
That's what it's saying.
hitting?
Yeah,
in-
just
like-
talking, drinking a
yeah.
little bit.
Okay,
I
great.
drink heavily.
Arcelia and Yara, please
Mommy?
give me another fortitude save.
14.
Awesome.
I'm a lightweight.
17.
Didn't I outdrink? Wait, in the episode 0, which one of us outdrank each other? Because I remember we drank heavily in that episode too. I don't
You were
remember.
gone in the first.
I think both of us were fucked up.
Okay,
Yeah.
reminder, your guidance is over, I think.
Oh, yes.
Well, maybe not. I know it is for Rosh Talk.
It's an
Um,
hour,
Yeah.
and we've spent 2. So if you have the immunity on, you take it off.
I've been drinking water the whole time. You sure you're gonna be able to?
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. The last time I tried to sneak about the mansion, I cast this spell that allows me to fly, and it made it so I didn't hit any of the creaky bits. So I could just do that for you.
No, I'd rather not.
Let's see, what's a good...
I got a spell that could make you fly, if you know what I mean.
What is the best
drugs.
condition for drunk in Pathfinder?
Poisoned.
Clumsy, probably.
Sickened and nauseated.
Oh no, that's worse. A clumsy would be better.
I think clumsy would be better too.
Because it's not a hangover.
Great, you are sickened.
It's like I can still
Sickened
drink.
one. There you go. Plot that
Thank
on
you.
both of you.
You sure you're okay? I could just do this myself. It's not a big
No,
deal.
well, I mean, it's fine. I could provide a lovely distraction if need be. But if so here's the reasoning that I flew. The floors are very creaky no matter how light-footed you are, and I am quite a tiny woman. So, as you could tell, you're very tall, so you probably would make things creak more. So I could just make you fly for a few minutes so you get downstairs.
I have trained
You like-
in many different atmospheres and environments.
I cast fly on Malefic.
I have no idea how to control myself.
There we go.
Give me an acrobatics check, Malavik.
Oh man, this is not good.
Well, you don't, unless you're like trying to, you don't go up super high anyway.
Never mind.
You have to do acrobatics checks for those.
It feels like Malavik was meant to fly.
Wait a minute. Oh, this feels pretty good. Just floating and turning my whole body when I speak to them. Well,
You know when like actors get hooked up to the wires on their
Wires.
hips? Yeah. Malavik is doing those spins.
no.
You know?
All right. Well, I guess this will work. What about the rest of you?
Oh, sure. And I cast fly on Arcelia.
I did not mean.
Shit.
Yeah, acrobatics should be good.
Make sure to drag the effects onto your tokens.
Oh, right.
This is 5-minute fly.
Oh,
Really.
a 20.
Yeah, Arcelia, not quite as graceful as Malefic was when he started flying. This was a bit of a surprise, and I don't think you've ever done this before, so
Nope.
it's a little weird.
Oh,
You're not like floundering about, but it's not nearly as impressive as Malefic moving around.
So we must get going. Anybody else coming? Karun, you should probably stay here and watch out for humans. Or you could come with us, and if you see a human, you could distract them. Okay, great. It's settled then.
I cast fly on myself as well.
You cast it on Karun. Who's
I only
high
have
as a
4
kite.
spell slots. I don't want to pick
Okay.
up.
Karoon.
Oh yeah, there we go. All right, let's go. It's this way.
Please.
Karun, give me an acrobatics check.
No. Fine. 11.
Oh no.
She's not flying though. She's being picked up.
Yes, I'm the fly one.
I'm picking up Karun.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a
It's like trying to pick up a cat made of butter.
Yes. Yeah. Nailed it.
You're so slippery.
Mm.
Why are you so slippery?
Okay. I'll grab hands or grab Marcy's hand and we'll try to make a hand
Put my
train.
cloak on. Are you ready?
And I'll grab Yara's hand and I'll just like lead the way. And Arashtak is just back there, probably just staring at us fly off.
I guess I'll just walk.
And I'll
I
take
mean,
them
I
to
could
the
cast it one more time, but only once.
Do
Only
it.
once. Poof! I cast fly on a Rostock as well. Up.
Well,
Okay.
It's gonna be interesting.
I have no more
He
level
has
4
a nat
spell
20 and
slots.
swims in the air.
Oh,
It's like swimming.
I
I
feel
knew you'd
it's-
catch on quick.
It's like my ancestors.
Oh.
Mm.
Yes.
Yep.
And we'll all float together. Then we all float down
Yeah,
here.
right.
And we'll go to the room.
Rostok is kind of gliding. He looks a little bit like a flying squirrel.
The only bad thing about this in
I'm
my
doing
head
little dances in the air too.
is that if someone sees us, they're gonna be freaked out. But we're not up in the air. We're just hovering over
No,
the ground.
you're
right?
hovering. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, great! This place has a rumor about ghosts, right? This is gonna be fun.
I know, and
Uh.
I have my hood on, so I look extra creepy. My eyes are just like bright in the dark.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you make your way to the easternmost lounge.
Yes. All right. Good thing is someone's trying to speak all strategic to a bunch of drunks. Is that this is a lounge, so you can lounge around while I do my thing. Yeah.
All
It's great.
right.
If you see any humans, you can distract them and elves and everybody else.
Yes.
Rastak, you're pretty good at keeping an eye.
I am beginning to feel better already.
It's behind that curtain.
All right. Are you trying to pick the lock, Malavik? Or
Yeah, might as well, right? Have no other way in.
well, I don't think we should do any damage or anything.
No, I'm not gonna. No, I would never do. Who would do that?
It's difficult to tell because you did blow up the elixir shop.
We don't have blow up. It's a strong word.
I
and
saw
then
the
I'll-
smoke from my window. It was.
Well, perhaps
very
we should work
concerning.
quickly, right?
What?
And I'll smack you on the shoulder and cast guidance.
Oh.
Come on, darling.
You.
Chop, chop.
Immediately upon like revealing this door, again, it's like a reinforced wood door. You can tell immediately like the lock on this thing is legit looking.
Oh, wow. I
don't think you've ever seen a lock that complex, Malavik.
Well, the good thing is something behind this door. There's definitely secrets. This is very, very intricate.
I'll
Oh
start
boy.
dancing with Karun closer to the door, but still in the lounge, just as a distraction if anyone comes in.
It's like the yoga women with the cat dancing. I'm just limp.
Yep. I'm just dancing with your limp body.
Well, here goes nothing. And I'll slide one pick in and take out my infiltrator's kit, which should give me a bonus as well.
And you have guidance and perhaps
Hopefully it
persuade.
stacks.
Don't think it does.
Nope. Wait.
I think we tested this out a few weeks ago and it didn't work.
It doesn't have my kit on there, though, so I have to do the circumstance modifier. There it is.
Yeah, you just have. Well, it would be an item bonus, would it not?
Yeah, click on the item and see if there's like a thing that can spam to chat. Might be like an effect you can drag or something.
How do I add it to this chat? It just gives me information. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Use toolkit, infiltrator.
This gives me a +1 item bonus to check. So it's not a circumstance. I mean, it's not
It's
a.
item.
Okay. Yep. This is an item bonus. So when you
So you
not a
can manually type
status,
it in.
So I can do both status and
Yes.
circumstance. Okay.
Well, is this status or item? It's item bonus, so status would be guidance, I think, and then
Yeah, yeah,
circumstance.
guidance
You
is
also
status.
have pursue a lead, so you can stack all 3.
Pursue a lead.
Yes, because you found it earlier.
Oh, well, how do I add that?
It'll
the
be
circumstance.
an option there when you roll.
Oh, I don't see it.
No?
Mm-mm.
Let me see. Well, pursue a lead's on mine. It's a circumstance bonus.
Oh, I can't use it anyway. Well, no, I guess the other one's item. I guess I could. So let me change that to item. My bad. Hold on. Can I take this away?
So this is the reason that Yara can add it is because Yara has that set up in the exploration mode stuff.
Ah, that makes
So,
sense.
Yeah, you can add that to your exploration mode.
Here, let me see if I can put it in chat for him.
Exploration. Oh my god. Is that under action? Yes. It's called Pursue a Lead.
Mm-hmm.
Search. Here we go. Pursue. It is not coming up.
Pursue.
Yep.
It might actually be downtime. That might be the issue.
Yeah, it's not coming up because of that. But what is it? A +1 or something?
It is a +1 circumstance. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll just add it as a circumstance.
Pursue a lead is exploration mode. I'll add it into your list for you. There you go.
Okay. All right. Circumstance bonus +1. Oh, I don't think I can add anymore.
You can, because guidance is a status, right? The other one is an
Yeah.
item.
Well, it won't. When
And
I
then-
press add, it won't do it. Sense motive. All right. So what are you putting in there? What do you? Is pursue a lead supposed to be the one that pops up? Let me close it and redo it. Then.
Yeah, it's supposed
Yeah.
to pop up.
Yes, I see it now. I had to close
Okay,
it. Yeah. Item, add, guidance on. All right, here we go. Sorry.
No worries.
All right, cross your fingers and your toes.
Yeah, unfortunately, Malavik,
Oh, wow.
this is super tough. You're starting to feel around inside this lock. You realize you're going to need to pick effectively 4 locks to get in here. There's like 4 catches that you can feel.
Well,
And this is the most complicated lock that you have seen thus far.
it's bedtime, and I'll close the curtain. Frustratedly. Any more wine left?
I pull out a bottle from my robe like a gremlin.
I'll just grab the thing, pop it open, and start drinking it from the bottle, walking back, floating back to the room without saying anything. I'm so upset. We a lockpick.
I take it you didn't get the door open.
No.
That door. Fuck that door. And I'm just drinking, getting emotional.
You want to mate with the door? I don't understand.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't please it if I wanted to. And then I'd just keep floating off. Let's go to bed.
Do
Quickly.
you think that we could sneak a Roshtalk into the fireplace and have Roshtalk clean the whole thing with magic?
So that he could try to find it. Arcelia, I grab your face. You are brilliant. You're so brilliant.
Thank you.
You're wonderful. I think that's a wonderful idea.
Thank you.
I don't mind trying that.
Might as well. Everyone's asleep.
I think it might be a good idea for you all to sleep. You seem rather inebriated. But, we can try to find this, supposed key, before we head to bed.
Yes, we are a wonderful distraction.
Right? Very well.
Yeah, and Arashtak will float on over. And as 5 minutes pass, you all fall back to the ground.
Yep.
Well, you can roll to try not to just fall.
I wasn't very high. I was just hovering.
I did not need to roll. I wasn't that high when I fell.
I am being carried, so I will not fall unless I am dropped.
No. Carry you with my big, strong arms.
Still very limp.
Okay. Yeah, Arashtak is going to cast Prestidigitation on the inside of the fireplace. This is going to take several minutes to do. You can sort of just clean small areas at a time. So that'll take another like 10 minutes or so of him just like cleaning.
Right, I think I have most of the fireplace cleaned.
Wait a moment. And I cast guidance on his little toe beans.
What have you done to my toes?
I'm helping.
I believe she wants you to look for the key.
At just one time, I really want to hear Arashtak say, "My grippers."
What?
If you want me to say something, as long as it's not something horrible,
Never
never
mind. No, it's all right.
Would
Never
you
mind.
like me to say those?
Moments rude.
No, absolutely not.
All right. It's strange, but I will not question your strangeness. There is a lot of it.
Maybe they got the room wrong where it is. You know, similar to how the entrance was not in the kitchen.
Should probably get some sleep and come back at it tomorrow. If he doesn't find anything.
Let me see here. Make sure you've got all the bonuses on that you can have. Wow, Pursue a Lead is coming up for Arashtak too? That's interesting.
He probably put it on.
Whoever made that door really didn't want anyone to get in. I'm just sitting there talking to Yar and Arcea and Karun about my disappointment. It's four intricate locks, all different.
Oh.
I don't see a key. I'm sorry.
All right. Perhaps the person was incorrect in the location.
I suppose so.
Once Arashtak is clear of the fireplace, I'll try to light the fireplace
Sure.
with my torch.
Okay. You hold the torch in there.
Do I notice anything unusual about the fireplace when it's lit?
Nope.
I warm myself by the fire.
There's
Still
no fire in
holding
there.
Karun.
You're just holding the torch. You're just warming yourself by the torch.
Oh, I can't light the fireplace?
You can light it up if you like. You just said you were going to hold your torch in there, though. If you want to light the
no.
fireplace, you can.
I light the fireplace, please.
Sure. It's already been, like, cleaned. You know, like, all the ash has been taken out and everything. And there's, like,
Yeah.
fresh logs there, so you just light it right now.
Mm-hmm.
You light it up.
Stand next to the lit fire, still holding Karun.
Sure.
I tried everything.
I am very warm.
Well, I'm going to get ready for bed. Maybe in a shower or so. Or a bath, I should say. And, I don't want to think about that lock ever again. 4. Why would you need 4 intricate pads inside of a lock? I'm just mumbling as I go up the stairs.
Sure. You all heading to bed?
Yes.
I suppose that's it, yes.
Okay. You all head to bed. Those that were doing some drinking, I imagine, pass right out.
Yep.
Okay. Is anybody trying to do anything sneakily in the middle of the night? Anything along those lines? I don't know.
Give me ideas.
I like to ask this group because you have a predilection for it.
I think I'm in a point of depression. I don't think I'd normally I probably would take you up on that, but I think I would sit there and try to like really pick my brain about how to go about it until I fall asleep.
Sure. Okay. Everybody passes out then.
Me.
And feels like sooner than it should, you begin to hear the sounds of daybreak outside. Roosters and stuff crowing, people making their way about their business in the city.
I'd like to try to make sure I can make some sort of hangover remedy, considering I am still sick, and so if I could treat condition, that would be great.
Okay. Yara's just making like a Yara's making like one of those random hangover cures in the kitchen. Like a Bloody Mary or some shit.
I had this horrible dream. There was this door we found, and it had this crazy lock on it that I couldn't pick. It was very disturbing. I'm glad it was just a dream. How are you all feeling?
Well, once I drink this, I'll probably be alright. How are you?
Scott, it was a dream. Karun, I say, both. Where's Karun?
I am in the bathroom retching, just trying to make myself unsick.
Oh.
I would make more for Celia too.
I don't think I've ever seen her like that before. Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
Well, that's good. I'm assuming Rostok is up and about fine as well.
Oh yeah, a Rostok would just, if he'd probably be down with like Yara or something.
Well, how long until the doctor's back?
Well, we've today, the next day, and then I think the day after, if I'm correct. So three days technical. 2 from today, and
Okay, not today. That's good. Right, and there were some plans that you had, yes?
Yes, there's a science competition going on at the university, and there's that riveting performance in the evening, apparently, over at the tavern, the Brazen Skull. It's the Cromlech Trio.
Right. Well, I don't want to stay in this manor today, that's for sure. I think spending a day and a half in here is enough.
Perhaps we should dress you up to make you less...
There's plenty enough of them around here.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to accept the fact that I am who I am.
Well, at any rate, I think we should do something tomorrow.
Do something?
Well,
Drugs.
well, you could if you wished to do them while we are perhaps out and about.
Selling
Doing
drugs.
something fun in the town. Maybe we'll keep our ears open for
Swimming
any
in the
sort
river?
of... No, I was thinking of something a little fun.
Skinny dipping in the river.
Oh, that could be
Yes,
fun.
I am
What is that?
usually naked when I swim.
How about
That's
this?
what that means.
You all just make sure that you are free tomorrow evening, and I will make sure that we have everything we need and have a nice time. Little surprise,
What type of nice
Sounds
time?
nice.
like a fun time on the town. Just drinks,
Is
merriment.
this a trick of some kind?
No, it is not. It is no trick.
Well, I believe you.
That means a lot.
So no swimming then.
You could swim, but I would advise swimming later, after we have some fun.
Works for me.
Very well, what did you have in mind?
I'm still working on that one. But at any rate, just make sure we clean up and are nice, and I will have some surprises for you all before the evening. And then we'll head out.
And what should we do in the meantime? Are we going to make any other attempts on the door?
I think Malavik is disenchanted. by
That
the
wasn't a
idea.
dream. It wasn't a dream. Well, the door is, leaning quite complicated. It's very well made. I've never seen something like it before. I would need to have a lot more lockpicks, so to speak, to be able to do it. And each pick that I make would have to have some sort of a different read on each
Wait.
one.
Would we be able to possibly make some sort of a mold of the lock in order to have a locksmith, say,
I would
make a
say
copy?
pour compound inside, possibly, but you could also risk ruining the lock altogether.
Oh, that is fair. I don't know about these things, so. All right.
Typically, someone would make a replica and then mold through that. The key
Right.
would have to be sanded down and to perfection. One off, and well, you could ruin the lock that way too. Honestly, the best bet is to be able to steal the key or get the key somehow.
Well, I suppose we'll figure it out. But Karun, you wanted to go to the fair, yes?
Is that tonight?
Yes, it is.
Then yes, I will go to the fair. And I will seek out Egbert. See if Egbert has made any progress.
I
Excellent.
would like to mention, I did investigate the university myself. Aside from some strange occurrences, people were talking about some sort of insane person making their way on campus and stirring up trouble.
Another dealer, perhaps.
Perhaps. I did inquire about the date. Do not worry, there is no time dilation. Apparently, Castrovel is on a similar rotation. 24 hours. So,
Good.
it is the time that we expected to return.
Excellent. Very good.
Oh. Wonder why they would do that.
They? Who is they?
Nothing. Oh, nothing. Well, we should, get Arcia, check on her, and, make
I
plans.
must prepare for the science fair. I will see you there, perhaps?
You aren't to submit anything, it is the students.
Yes, I will be stealing their things.
What?
Sounds bad when I say it that
Yes,
way.
because it is bad, Karun.
Still, why?
They are the youths. Don't steal from the poor youths.
Then I will not steal from them. But I can sell them drugs.
I have a better idea that doesn't really concern drugs, Karun. Why don't you volunteer to be a judge?
Oh. I never considered.
It's a good way to get to know the university and maybe get in with
No, I
the
think I
higher
will
ups.
do that. That is an excellent idea. I will volunteer
know
to
if
sell
they
the
would
drugs and be a judge. I mean, be a judge. I will
No
volunteer
drugs.
to be a judge and not sell drugs to the
Reputation
children.
is everything, Karun. You shouldn't do things out of the ordinary to ruin your reputation.
I
should,
will be a judge.
Yes, be a judge, get in good with higher ups. Who knows what doors may open for you.
Yes, you're right. Perhaps it will allow me to cross paths with the other dealer on campus. Perhaps then I can finally wipe them out for good.
Yeah, don't take that with you. I don't think that's a good way
Farewell,
to...
like the shadows. She is gone.
Why does it get